Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous, I think it's Sunday morning over here. A tremendous time to be on the network as the 2024-2025 college football season is starting to come to a wraps, right? We finally have our national championship game settled between Ohio State and Notre Dame. Going to see that one here in Atlanta January 20th, I believe. So 8 days away from that one upon recording of this. So here's how we do it. When big, football games break out, we like to go through them and obviously break down the film and show you what happened. Jonathan, when there are football games that I feel like every single play, every single possession matters, and they're one-score football games for the entire fourth quarter, we don't have some theme that we come in here, we break down with. We're gonna break down every single play. So that's what we're going to do in both of these football games, and I hope that you sit here with us and you enjoy every single lasting minute of it. And if you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and damn sure make sure you're subscribing to the network, okay? But we're going to start with this Notre Dame and Penn State football game. Just my overall thoughts at the end of my notes last night. I took 5 pages of notes on the film study we're about to get for you, so I hope your retention span is good today. Your attention span, rather. Overall thoughts. First and foremost, I'm kind of falling in love with Penn State's offensive coordinator, Mr. Ketelanecki. I'm liking it. Obviously, came over from I want to say Boise, and then they bring him over last year to the University of Penn State, and brings a ton of fun stuff. Actually, SMU. I think this guy came from SMU. Tremendous amount of fun stuff in this offensive coordinating plan. I think the diversity in the run game is tremendous, and I thought this offensive line from Penn State played extremely athletic and fun. I can't wait to show you that today as well. This Notre Dame offensive coordinator, I was telling Jonathan today, I think he does the best of any of these coordinators that we've studied on this network. Being patient, willing to just manufacture drives because he knows that they lack some general explosivity. A prime example, if he's in 2nd and 9, he's going to throw a 5-yard hitch and live in 3rd and 4. He's not going to try to pick up all 9, 10, 11, 12 yards. He's not going to try to drive the ball down the field, all right, and end up in a 3rd and 9 because he knows 3rd and 9's is a death sentence for his offense. So he avoids it, and he does a tremendous job doing so. Can't wait to show you that. I think the overall point that I'm going to show you, especially watching Notre Dame's defense in this study, I think there is no way they're going to be able to play their style of defense against Ohio State. They're not going to be able to play single high, man-to-man, balls to the wall, full-on, full-fledged aggressive defense because I think they're going to get beat, especially vertically and explosively against Ohio State. So the biggest question as we watch this is, how is Notre Dame actually going to play defense against Ohio State? I think the answer we'll ultimately get to by the end of this study. Hope you guys enjoy it. We got a couple of rules around here. If you learn anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today during this rather exhaustive film study, you must subscribe. We got a saying, let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Did feel like that intro was a bit lengthy considering the amount of studying we've got to go through today, Jonathan, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, it's a 2 iPad kind of system today. That's what kind of studying we got going on today. We're going to roll 2 iPads on them today. By the way, any type of super gifts, well, y'all get it. Here we go. Let's get on with it. We're going to start the game, obviously, with the first play of the football game. Penn State opens up with the football. All right, and I was really, really surprised to start this football game how often Notre Dame was reached, how often Penn State got to the edges of this defense. Not something that I'm typically used to with regards to Notre Dame's defense. Jonathan, we made an in-house studio adjustment here. This light actually stays off. I think it helps with glare just a tad bit, yeah. I was messing with adjustments in here by myself, when I was grinding it out while you were out of town. Hope you enjoyed that, by the way.
It was great.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure vacation's awesome. I'm sure. Anyways, here we go. Speed option to start the football game. All right. They get it out to is which one's it's Singleton and then
Scorton?
huh?
Nick Scorton?
10 it's Nick Singleton and then 13 is another one. Look up the names here, man. We got 10 and 13. Katron Allen is the other one. I think this is Nick Singleton, number 10. But yeah, I thought first of all, you get to an edge on Notre Dame and you force a missed tackle. That's a big time rare win to start this football game. Hey, if we favor anything today, let's favor 3.
Okay.
All right, unless you have to go here.
Okay.
All right, and then go there.
Gotcha.
Here we go. I'll tell you why later. I think you know why. Study showed, hey, they're going to be a man pressure football team. They're going to play a lot of man coverage. So when you go to study these guys, you can kind of get them beaten on Tuesday, as we say, right? You normally play on a Saturday. Offensive coordinator and staff are putting in the system on Sunday and Monday. We're installing it on Tuesday. We're making sure it's clean cut on Tuesday. You can get these types of man beaters, right, one up on Tuesday in the script, okay? And all it is a little leak to the running back right here. They actually get zone coverage, I believe, from Notre Dame as a surprise here. Look at that. We got butt to the sideline. He looks like he's rolling. He's squatting down, okay? And all they're doing is leaking the back out right here and getting him the ball to run after the catch. It's rare for Notre Dame to break a tendency that early in the football game. They don't travel with him. So they know they got zone coverage here. Did he check this himself? He did. Look at this. I like this from Aller. All right, look, everybody at the end of this one knows what it is, and it's going to be in part 2 of the study. Everybody knows how bad this one ended. I do think he is showing some signs of, all right, whoa. All right, we're going hard count. We're going to see the pressure. All right, whether or not my coach is telling me to do this or not is beside the point. We're going to motion over. All right, confirm the coverage. All right, make sure they're blitzing again. We're going to check to the screen. I actually like what's going on right here from the quarterback. All right, now this is what I really like about Notre Dame. Okay, that's what I really like about Notre Dame. We got big Tyler Warren in there running the Wildcat, right? So we know when he comes in here with this jet motion especially, we've got what? We've got speed option with the 2 backs working to our left, all right? And then we're going to have some type of power read. So they're going to down block here. They're going to add a hat. We have a ball carrier with Tyler Warren, and we have the jet sweep motion action, right? So basically, here's how this is going to work. Everybody left of the tackle right here on our screen is going to have to play tight end read, right? The actual power read. Everybody outside of that is going to have to play jet motion. The clear separation of responsibilities is very obvious from watching number 34. I want everyone to watch number 34's eyes and watch his head and watch how it stays on his responsibility until his responsibility, no way in doubt, has the ball. Now we key to the next one. Watch number 34 right here, and you can really, like I said, see the separation of responsibilities between these guys. Everybody in here playing tight end read. Everybody out here playing that jet motion. We all see that, right? Watch 34. 34 is reading that tight end, reading that mesh point, reading that rest point. Boom. Now my eyes go to where my next responsibility is, right? But lasting until the very last moment, we're going to stay dead eyes on. Eyes right, eyes right, eyes right. Boom. We're going to where we're next, right? I love that and seeing that on tape. It's why they continuously string things out so well. Look at everybody else that is clearly, obviously responsible for that outside zone, right? All these guys right here really flowing to their responsibilities. All of these guys right here really playing it tight to their responsibilities until their test is passed, right? And then going out to help their teammates. I love that from 34 when I see that on tape. I love this declaration of responsibilities. Boom. I love watching my eyes snap to where I'm supposed to be going next. Not glaze to the next read, snap to it. I love that. Shows me well-coached football teams. That's what I see when I see that stuff, okay? I'm just assuming here, this is also what I love about this football team. Look at Christian Gray here at the top of the screen, okay? Look at Christian Gray. What do you think he's screaming about right here? What do you think he's jumping up and down about, Jonathan? Can you quite see it? because it took me a couple seconds. You see what he's doing?
Looks like I got 2 tight ends and a wide receiver.
Right? 2 tight ends and a wide receiver right here. But do you know what he's really jumping up and down and screaming about? You don't quite know Penn State's roster, and I didn't either. That's Omari Evans, number 5, lined up at running back. That's their fastest wide receiver. So what do you think he's jumping up and down for? He's probably saying, hey, they're trying to hide him. They're trying to hide him. He's back there. We got to cover him. So guess what happens? 15, who is all the way over here, is going to run over across the formation because Christian Gray's telling him. And as he does so, guess who he gets locked up with? He gets locked up with Omari Evans, who's leaking out of the backfield on a rail down the sideline. Should be a big explosive hit. You're not going to beat these teams. You're not going to trick these teams. None of them that are left are you going to be able to hide somebody, go play quick, maybe get a misaligned, snap the ball, get it going on an explosive. That's not going to happen against Notre Dame especially, and it hasn't happened against Ohio State as of late. These guys are playing gap-sound, gap-disciplined football teams, assignment-sound football teams left and right. I love this from Christian Gray, man. You're saving a touchdown by doing this, all right, pre-snap, getting everybody aligned and, paying attention to what's actually happening. All right, so you're going to have to win man-to-man. We see that. They played a little bit of zone early there, but you're going to have to win man-to-man against this football team to ultimately beat them, all right? Let's flip over. We're going to take a look at, no. We got play 6 right here, I think. We got a third down. We got a 3rd and long right here. I think it's 3rd and 20, 3rd and 10 right here. 3rd and 10. I think my dad called me yesterday, Jonathan. Oh, we get a false start here. It forces a 3rd and 14. My dad called me yesterday, Jonathan. He wanted to talk some ball. And he told me that, and Notre Dame fans that have found our channel, I want you to confirm or deny this, because my dad, certified ball knower, or at least certified ball gambler. Let's call it that way. My dad, the certified ball gambler, was out here telling me that this is the first time in his lifetime Notre Dame has been athletic in the back end. Like bona fide NFL caliber defensive backs. And I got to scratching my head. When was the last time a Notre Dame defensive back not named Kyle Hamilton was drafted in the 1st round? And specifically corners. Because what they got right here is strippity straps. They got guys that can lock up with just about anybody playing corner, and it's their 2nd and 3rd best corner. Their best corner got hurt earlier in the year. So when was the last time Notre Dame was out here doing it like this, Jonathan? Will you find some research on me? I don't think you have your laptop today, do you?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got your laptop today. My bad. I do want to know, when was the last time a true 1st round corner came out of Notre Dame? Because it made me think, like, Pops is kind of right, but these dudes can strap out here nowadays, and they're uber athletic. They're uber athletic in these defensive back spots. Ryan Clark's son, a true freshman, I believe, or an underclassman nonetheless, really, really good. Christian Gray up here, number 29, obviously made the big play in this football game. Y'all know about him, a tremendous man-to-man corner guy. Number 15, a redshirt freshman, I believe, big, tall, long, 6'2", 205, can really, really stretch it out, plays the run really well, in my opinion. These 2 nickels that they got several guys that they rotate in here. Number 2 is kind of their real cover nickel. Their big nickel is number 3. Their even bigger nickel is number 4. 3 and 4 are like hybrid linebackers. We're going to show you a little bit today. Hybrid linebackers, hybrid safeties. Too small to play linebacker. Too slow to play safety. Too damn good to keep up off the field. What do you got for me? Last 1st round corner.
Well, it's not a corner. Harrison Smith was a 1st rounder in 2012.
So white safety, yeah. Good one. 2 decades ago, a decade and a half ago.
Yeah.
All right, so Pop certified ball knower is what we have found now. Also, Notre Dame certifiably breaking all of these trends. I love these safeties as well. I think they play really, really well. I think it's 8, number 0. Love these guys. Super smart. They remind me a lot of a slightly more physically gifted J.R. Reed and a slightly more physically gifted Richard LeCount. Actually, number 2, or actually this is number 8, much more physically gifted than J.R. Reed. All right, and number 0, much bigger than Richard LeCount, but they play very similarly. I love this defense, bottom line. You can tell them we're very well versed in who these guys are. But this is why I put it on here. They're so damn fast. They're so fast. This is what's rare about studying Notre Dame in years prior for me. Everybody thinks, oh, they're just smart guys or whatever you do with that. No, these dudes fly to the football. They prioritize speed in the recruiting and development department as well. All right, let's flip over. All right. Let's flip over to the other side of the football. We're going to take a look at Notre Dame here versus Penn State. We're going, by the way, possession by possession, ball down by ball down. I don't know why I said ball down by the ball down. We're going down by down in this ball game. Holy crap. Here we go. Field position was a big one in this first half, Jonathan. This is bad field position from Notre Dame. Moving forward, this is the last portion of a bad field position in this entire first half. The next couple of possessions we're going to look at from Penn State, ball inside their own 10. Not good starts. All right, so what do we do as an offense at the start of the football game? All right, when we don't have a ton of weapons. I love this. Ball in our own end, 1st and 10. Let's get an efficient play to start. Let's open up and empty, all right? Maybe show a little bit of motion, make them force indicate what they're doing, give a hard count, all right? Come down to the line of scrimmage and understand something, all right? We got a safety way back here. We got feet square looking at him. He's eventually going to get feet square looking at him. We've got a point man and 2 guys playing off coverage, inside, outside, probably looking at man-to-man coverage across the board. I love this route concept from the offensive coordinator. All we're going to do is force a rub right here for our tight end, all right, and get the ball out of our quarterback's hands nice and early in the football game. I actually, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually learned a really, really important offensive coordinating mindset watching Tim Tebow play video games. Watching Tim Tebow play video games. He was playing EA 25 for the first time against Robert Griffin III on a Twitch stream. Oh my God, I sound so damn, oh God. Anyways, and Tebow opens up the game in empty on the video game. And the guy's like, why are you opening up in empty? And he says, well, I haven't played this game in a long time. The easiest way to make a defense declare what they're doing is to spread everybody out. Basically, if guys are lined up in between wide receivers, meaning if we come out to the line of scrimmage, right, and this linebacker or this safety's maybe apexed out, and this corner's got outside leverage, or this guy's in between apex between the number 3 receiver and the line of scrimmage, and this guy's maybe off a little bit, and this guy's butt's turned to the sideline off a little bit, we're probably going to get zone coverage, especially if they're all on one similar line. But when we got one guy down, one guy back just a little bit, one guy back even further, we got man coverage, okay? Right? So this is what he was saying. Open up the game a little bit and empty, give our quarterback a nice clean picture of what they're doing. And I like even better that they've got an option to get the ball out of his hands really, really quickly. Here's what I also love about Penn State, what Penn State's doing here defensively. Everything matters here, guys. They're already throwing stunts against empty. Why, Jonathan? Why are they already throwing stunts, huh?
QB run.
You damn right, quarterback run. All we got to do to stop quarterback draw, and Ohio State's going to do this as well, anytime they get into empty, we need to get these defensive linemen on different levels. We need to convolute the middle of that offensive line because we need to clog up those quarterback draws that we know they're dependent upon to move the sticks. I do worry about their ability, guys, to create creases in the run game against Ohio State without 100% Jeremiah Love. And if they don't have them, I shouldn't have told you. Don't avoid to. Just do your work, man. My bad. Here we go. I do worry about their ability to create creases against a defensive line like Ohio State. And by the way, you can see what Penn State's doing to them early on. They're playing cover one. They're firing field side nickels to avoid any type of bounce from Jeremiah Love. They're going to roll this safety down, play man-to-man coverage. He's got the middle of the field. They're locked up over here, okay? Somebody over here has got the tight end if he leaves. All right, one of these linebackers. You're going to see this from Penn State. That's what they're going to run basically the remainder of this first half until Notre Dame bumps into 12 personnel, okay? They're going to play a lot of man coverage. They're going to dedicate a lot of bodies to the box, and they're going to stop the run. Here's my question. Having watched Ohio State over the last several weeks, they're like very much so, like most great defenses that have good defensive line play. They don't need all these extra bodies, right? They don't need to fire the nickel and plug him in normally to stop the run. They're just going to play it with these 6 guys, and these 6 guys are going to box you up. Normally, all right, the worst thing they have to do defensively in terms of taking an extra hat and adding it in normally is allowing Caleb Downs to play in the box. They'll take number 2, they'll roll him in the box, and they'll let him do stuff. Why? Because he's got a great nose for the football. He's a great football player, right? Normally, they don't have to play it this heavy like Penn State's doing. I do think these Notre Dame offensive linemen are very sound and definitely clean in their technique. They're going to pass the first pause test. They are. All right, when you pause that football pause that film, as soon as that ball carrier has the ball in his belly, they're going to be clean. They're going to be on the right tracks every single time. Look at them. We got movement here. We're kicking out here. We're going to seal that. We're up to 2. We're going to get to these guys. There's going to be creases. They are never going to have blow-throughs. They're not accounting for that guy. Quarterback's got responsibility for him with his legs. They're never going to have blow-throughs. They're never going to have twists cause them major problems. They're too damn clean. All right, what they failed to do against really, really good football teams and really, really good defensive linemen like every other offensive line group is to fail the second pause test, which is to judge basically how long do we stay engaged as the running back approaches the line of scrimmage. All right, hey, still passing it pretty well right now, actually. We're still pretty well engaged here. We end up falling off at the second level at right guard. I do think as a back here, we could have probably helped out. I do think as a back here, we probably should be this way. Just my opinion. But you see that big old knee brace, Jonathan? He ain't cutting on this leg hard and getting, or he ain't cutting here hard and getting back this way off that right knee. Oh man, they no defensive coordinator in this world apart from Clemson studied the Brooks Austin Film Guy Network School of Studies against empty quarterback reads. All right, nobody studied it harder than Penn State. I love what they did, man. I love to start this football game. They're like, okay, you want to get in empty on 1st and 10 because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get you a nice, easy 5-yard run from your quarterback here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have Abdul Carter loop back in every single time, and he's going to meet you at the line of scrimmage. All right, because you do have tendencies. It's week 15. It's game 16 for you guys. We kind of know who you are and what you do. And the only thing, I've always said, the only thing we got to do to create problems for quarterback draw is to bring a looper down the midline. Because I've never seen, Jonathan, a quarterback draw take a 3-step drop and then run this way. Everyone's running quarterback draw down the midline. So all we have to do as a defense is to throw a couple bodies into the midline and you're cooked. All right, you're going to be cooked every single time unless you can make that guy miss. And if you can make that guy miss, you probably shouldn't be playing quarterback. You know what I mean? Abdul Carter had the damn game of his life in this football game, Jonathan. The damn game of his life. Now, I love this, all right? I love this to start the snap. They're going to disguise this relatively well, I think. Now, he's lurking with his shoulders turned around. He's trying to act all cool. He's trying to walk around like this. But really what he's doing is he's trying to peek the quarterback to see when he's about to approach, snap the ball, because he's plugging right now. They're doing this very same thing, trying to plug from the field, roll down here. All right, play a little cover one without the robber, straight cover one. So he's trying to act like he's playing zone coverage. He ain't. He's blitzing right now. And all they're doing, guys, is they're trying to avoid this ability for Notre Dame to kind of get outside and bounce on these, right? We're going to add an additional edge player, essentially, from the nickel defense. All right? And I don't know what the tackle's doing there. I think we're running counter here as an offense. We're just pulling the tackle to add him onto the front side of the equation. And it looks to me like these two got their eyes going here. So why is 59 not running to the free hat and the nickel right there? Are we putting that on the back and he's supposed to be up front on the backside inside linebacker? It doesn't make sense why we would pull this guy all the way over here just to wrap him back around and block the backside inside linebacker. I would imagine we're adding him to the front side for the most dangerous hat, which is you. I don't know. Again, one of those things where you got to be in the room sometimes to be 100% accurate doing what I'm doing on this board. OC was cooking. OC was cooking. All right, he's getting a lot of man coverage, right, Jonathan? So what are we going to do here on the first 3rd and 7 that we got on the next possession? We're going to motion away, right? Or the first possession of the football game, rather. We're going to motion, make sure that corner or whoever's over our tight end travels with him. If he travels with him, we know we indeed have confirmed our coverage. So early in the football game to start, we got that little rub from the tight end, right? We're going to get a very similar rub, I believe, here from the tight end as well. Great ball here from Riley Leonard as well. Stopping that tight end, putting it on that back shoulder. AJ, I think A.J. Harris is better than this. I think A.J. Harris next year is going to start playing the football. All right, it's his first year really getting a ton of playing time, obviously set last year as a true freshman at the University of Georgia. Now a redshirt freshman getting some burn and a lot of burn at Penn State. But play the damn ball, son. Play the ball. Play through his hands. Play the football. Dislodge it. Let's go. But great job by the OC getting that man coverage, forcing this rub, causing a little conflict on this out and up. We sold the out the first possession. Now we're just going to run straight down the sideline. Now, again, two questions going in this football game, and they're both defensively for me. Can Notre Dame play the same style of defense they always have? I think the answer is no. And will Ohio State play Notre Dame's offense like everybody else has, which is just to say, y'all are not going to throw on us. We're going to add all these bodies to the box, and you're not going to be able to run today either. I don't think Ohio State has to do those things, right? Watch this. And this is what really scares me about Notre Dame's potential to run or to even move the ball. Look how many different bodies they're adding to the box. Right now, by the way, this wide receiver is telling him, hey, that guy is coming. We're about to get another version of cover one. Are they going to do anything about it? I don't know. Probably not. We're going to run right into it. Okay, we're going to run right into an additional hat into the box and get 3 or 4 yards, but now we're in a 2nd and 8. And 2nd and 8s are very, very frequently turning into 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s. And those situations for Notre Dame, especially against an Ohio State pass rush, are nightmare situations, okay? So I just don't know how many times I'll watch Ohio State add an extra nickel to the box or even have to, all right? And I wonder, just as a quarterback, well, we don't have anybody over here anyways, so there's no option for us to even do any type of RPO. I wonder why sometimes as a quarterback on 1st 10, if we're a 4-year starter like Riley Leonard, why we're not checking out of this. All right, we're running stretch zone, I believe, right to this additional defender who's adding into the box that we don't have offensive linemen for. Actually get him sealed right there with the left tackle. It's a good job right here by 54, the left tackle. Did he get hurt bad, or is he going to be okay?
I'm not sure.
I saw him limping off in this football game, and they had to bring the other guy in. The other guy played well, just like everybody else. They pull off the bench. That's the other thing about this football team. They are deep, but they are deep and well coached. Hell, the backup quarterback comes in here and starts dialing in a second. I thought the backup quarterback did some of the most impressive shit yet. Will they keep being this aggressive? All right. Will this Penn State football team continue to be this aggressive? And is Notre Dame going to do anything to make them, worry about doing so? Look at this. Look how late they show this, Jonathan. It looks a whole lot like zone coverage. Right as the ball is snapped, he starts to plug. But he was standing right here, right? This star defender was standing right here. We had one of these outside, inside, over the top situations looking a whole hell of a lot like zone. And then as we snap the football, they're going cover one again. Look at that. That guy's going to play off-man coverage against whoever comes out of that. Actually, no, I'm an idiot. They're playing cover 3. Look at that. He's playing trap. Man, it gets so hard to diagnose covers nowadays, especially when they're matching that quickly. You see that rat player jump right down on Jeremiah Love? I think it's a really good job by Riley Leonard, honestly, noticing, A, they're bringing pressure, but B, they've jumped into a zone, into a cover 3. Where are we vulnerable in cover 3? We're vulnerable in the flats and in the seams, right? Why are we vulnerable in the flats and in the seams? Well, that's where they're dropping into those deep thirds. So normally we're vulnerable as a defense right here on both sides, right? These pockets of the defense and the flats, all right? So, great job getting the ball out of your hand. Great job by 15 from Penn State making a play, knocking that ball down. I think 15's we ain't got to worry about it because their season's over with, but everyone talked about Abdul Carter all year. I thought 15 was part of the reason why their defense was what it was at times. This dude's an avatar-looking human. Okay, Abdul Carter's really, really twitchy, really, really athletic, but this guy's 6'5", 240 and does stuff like that. He's got length to do stuff like that. I think it's kind of a hold / PI right here from A.J. Harris. All right, but they get man coverage again, all right, with some pressure. So he knows he's got to get the ball out of his hands, trying to get to a quick slant to our tight end on 3rd and medium. Can't win. Ball's denied. Got to punt the football. All right. Good coverage right there from AJ. Except for that's a hold. Right? I will say this, if you're going to do any holding, do it with that bottom inside hand, right? That left hand. Don't do it with that backside hand on his upfield hip, all right? Because the dude that's going to call that is either this line judge or the back judge way back there, okay? This umpire who's looking at it right here, he's staring at all these big guys that you guys bitch and moan about with holding all the time, all right? So we ain't got nobody looking at the underneath side of this target. So if we want to get our hold on, get it on that side. And that's exactly what it does. All right, so they force a punt there. 2nd and 7 turns to 3rd and 7 due to a tip and a PBU on 3rd and 7. They don't like being in 3rd and 7. They like being on 3rd and 3. And they would have been in 3rd and 3 had 15 not tipped that football. Again, Riley Leonard checks the ball into the flat really quickly there. They just can't quite get it completed. Let's move on to the other side of the football, see what Penn State's got going on in their second possession. All right, so again, hey, terrible field position for Penn State right here in the first half of this football game. Notre Dame doing a good job on special teams. I believe this was the punt returner putting his heels at the 10-yard line and then backing up like some goofball. Don't know why we're doing that. But anyways, I love this from Notre Dame. I love this from any defense. This is so small and so simple. Late stems like this are so easy for us as a defense to set up and get set up, and they cause such terror for offensive linemen, right? As we come down to the line of scrimmage right now, as an offense, we know we got inside zone working to our left or trying to work some type of duo probably. Either way, everybody's doing this type of action with a couple double teams working out with it, right? As we come to the line of scrimmage, you two are doubling up to 34. You two are probably doubling up to 24. You two are scooping and sealing the backside on 40 and 4. Running back's probably going to have to beat number 8. That's what it looks like right now as we get ready to go snap the football. And then all of a sudden, we walk to the line of scrimmage. We say, can. We like the look. Ah, shit. And then they move again. Right as our quarterback's about to clap his hands and snap the football, now as an offensive line, every bit of our combination scheme has now changed, right? Now we're out, we're a full out. Now we're scooping all the way up to number 24. Now we're sealing all the way backside, right? So what was 2 combination blocks has not only changed down to 1, but who's doing the combinations now changed as well. All right, so when you go to play this football team, you got to be ready to do this type of stuff. You got to be ready to kind of adjust on the fly, and not only that, be ready for them to physically assault your blocks. All right, watch Howard Cross. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's slippery now. He's slippery. All right, look at him. Splitting that double team, getting thin, staying down on track with the running back, and finishing the playoff for a +1 gain in the back end. I love those little slight stems, shifts, adjustments right before the snap as a defense. It really allows us to make that offensive line play on their heels just a little bit with just a little simple adjustment, right? Move, and then everybody moves. I think the way, like Georgia runs a lot of duo. Everybody's running duo. It's a good play, right? We're just trying to get on angles and surfaces and block everybody down and then cut off that last down block. That's what we're really trying to do. That's the purpose of running duo. However, you can't just line up and attach 12 and run duo. Eventually, they're going to start plugging the gap that you're intending to do like Notre Dame did against Georgia if you watch the film study here. Penn State got to duo 17 different freaking ways in this football game, and I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was fabulous the amount of different ways that this coordinator, in my opinion, was cooking. This is another way. We're going to line the backup on the right. We're going to motion to trips bunch, all right, and then we're going to run duo right here. Look how far these guys are coming. These are the ones we're attacking in this run scheme right here. We're really trying to make them come downhill and play this run, all right? But look how far back they have to hit it, right? We're all the way back. You're 4.5 yards off of the line of scrimmage and away from the ball carrier, and he's definitely going to step up on your toes and have the ability to make you miss. All right, look at it from the tight. I love the amount of ways that they got to this singular run scheme right here, right? Again, duo is all about getting on surfaces and angles, right? All about getting on surfaces and angles, sealing that last one out, and then cutting up off of that last seal block. Boom. Right there from 44. Great job. make somebody miss, get 6-7 yards, get out of our own end. I love the variety of duo that they have. Overrunning stretch is never good. Overrunning stretch is never good. We can't do it. All right, watch number 4 right here. Now, he gets pushed out by an offensive lineman, and I'll show you that. But what we can't do against teams that are running stretch at us, which, by the way, another question about Ohio State, I don't know how much they do this. We're going to see a lot of Penn State running a lot of outside zone, a lot of stretch zone, a lot of pin and pull, a lot of stuff that requires offensive linemen to really, really be athletic. All right, play behind the line of scrimmage before they get up in front of it. I don't know how much of this we're going to see from Ohio State, but I still like to watch it and enjoy it because these Penn State offensive linemen, man, especially the center, these guys play tremendous football. All right, tremendous football in this football game. All right, but when you see wide zone, you cannot overrun this guy. All right, you cannot get past his upfield hip. All right, look at number 4 right here. We can't get up north this way, all right, without passing him off. I wrote a note last night that I think I love this. We got to force it inside by contact, not by cut. We got to force it inside by contact, not by cut. Meaning, if we force this guy to stick his foot in the ground and get back north, we better be doing it with contact. We better be getting a shoulder, hand, helmet, something on his near hip. If we do it by cut with no contact, we're in trouble. All right, so watch this from the tight. I love that. We got to do this by contact, not by cut. Watch this from the tight and number 4. Again, it is the offensive lineman getting hands on right there. That's the first and foremost thing that causes this. However, we have now forced this cut without contact. He's going to get north to south. We're on the ground. They've got 4 or 5 yards. Okay? Can't overrun the outside zone. Christian Gray is an absolute strap. An absolute strap. Now, all right, there's some separation up here at the top, right, Jonathan? There's some separation up here at the top. And the motion before the line of before the snap and the stacked release might have caused that. All right, we got Tyler Warren back here. All right, we got our weapon right here, and we're going to have to run with him on this slant. Now, here's the deal. This is what I love. From this moment forward, watch how he undercuts this football. It's not just continuing to run the route. It's running it at the angle where we can make a play on the football. Watch these 3 steps right there. Okay, getting back up underneath this guy's hip and then being able to play the football as it approaches us. I love that. I love that. But the play at the end is great. All right, being able to actually have the length to get in on the football. But this is what I think is going to make this guy a Sunday cover guy. You know who he reminds me of, Jonathan? He reminds me of Kamari Lassiter. That's who he reminds me of. He's a little bit thinner. He's not as thick. All right, he's not as violent, I don't think, in the run support or in the screen game. All right, but from a natural cover ability at an undersized, in an undersized body, and is going to get knocked because he's not 6'2" and he doesn't run 4.38. All right, but it's going to go on Sundays and play forever. This guy. That's who this guy is. I've loved watching him this year. He's so smart, so instinctual, all right, and covers with the best of them. Dude, right guard, right tackle, tight end, putting on an absolute damn clinic on this play right here. I love this. I love this. I want to get to the tight from this. All right. So we've got an overhang defender over here that you can't see. So as a tight end, we're going to get out there. We're going to step on his toes. We're going to kick him out. Now, as a right tackle, we are going to aggressively try to reach the upfield shoulder of this defensive end. As a right guard, we are trying to aggressively reach the upfield shoulder of this defensive tackle. As a center, we're trying to aggressively take over that 3 technique so we can get that right guard up to that front side inside linebacker. Now, you may be asking, hey, Brooksy, this Notre Dame football team, they are a slanting and stunting football team. Don't worry, we're Penn State. We're athletic as shit up front. We're about to handle all of that. Watch this right here. I love this from these offensive linemen. Let's start with that tight end. Let's look at this guy right here. We showed you he's going to get a good kick-out block on this truck toss. A play, by the way, that everybody is now running in college football. Everyone has this one in the system. Everybody and their mama. All right, they're just doing it out of wide zone technique. All right, great job by the tight end getting that kick-out block, right? Getting our butt to the back. all right, and allowing a cut surface. Now, let's watch this right tackle. Hey, if that defensive end crosses my face, Jonathan, we're going to put hands on, but we're going to stay on our track. We're not going to turn back and hope our guy's going to get him. We're going to know our guy's going to take over that block. So our right tackle is going to put hands on, deliver, work up. Now, when we work up, let's not just run by color. All right, if they're a little slow, let's wait for them. Let's wait for them and get a chip, because that one chip might be the difference. That one chip might be the difference of us getting massive, massive yards. Now, let's go to the right guard. Right tackle did his job. Let's go to the right guard. Hey, our guy crossed our face just like the right tackles did. Don't worry. We're going to stay on our track, do our job, maybe provide a helping hand. We didn't. But either way, we're going to get up to this edge. Let's see what we do here. Oh, we're going to get it sealed. We're going to be violent. We're going to turn it back inside. We're going to put our butt to the back. Let's go look at this center. Watch this center. We're going to take this 3 technique over, right? But what if he slants to our face? Doesn't matter. We're going to seal him off too. All right, so that's just a picture-perfect outside zone stretch play from Penn State right there. Very, very well blocked. This is what you're going to have to handle. These guys gap exchange really well from Notre Dame. They do. They stunt, they spike, they slant, they do all this stuff. All right, so as an offensive line, we've got to really be able to trade it off. Now, it helps Penn State's offense of line that they get to do this first, and so all these slants and stunts have time to get passed off as opposed to being aggressive themselves. All right, we have less time to be passing those things off. I don't know what, I'm not even going to ask about timestamps, Jonathan. I think I'm cooking, so this is either going to go 2.5 hours of some of the best shit we've ever done, or no one's going to watch it and I'm going to do the work for it free. I don't care. Another example of Notre Dame defensive backs playing through the catch. I think this is Ryan Clark's son. Yes, it is. Now, is it grabby? It's grabby as hell. It's grabby as hell. It's grabby as hell. But they are going to do this to you, okay? And they're going to force those referees to pull them handkerchiefs up out them pockets. They're going to force it. Here's what I think they do, Jonathan. All right? You see how they're rotating this safety into the box? It's 3rd and 5. All right, here's what I think they do. I think they stay in man-to-man coverage against Ohio State. I think they stay in man-to-man coverage against Jeremiah Smith against Ohio State. I think this safety stays where he's at. The one lone adjustment I would make, get your ass up off that, up out of that box. Get your ass all the way up off them numbers. All right, play over the top of, because this is going to be number 4. Play over the top of him, and let's just provide some help. All right, because I don't think it's a good idea to be out here thinking you're just going to cover these guys like you cover everybody else, because I don't think you will. Also, by the way, leaving these middle of the field safeties there, it'll at least provide multiple opportunities to stop Emeka Egbuka from killing somebody as well. So will they be able to do this against Ohio State? That's the question. I don't know, man. If you're comfortable leaving it one-on-one with Tyler Warren, you're probably comfortable leaving it one-on-one with anybody, right? I've never seen Rush Hour. Rush Hour 1, 2, 3? No. Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. Oh man. Yeah. So you know the in-roll cut from Rush Hour 2, but you don't know most of the quotes from Rush Hour 2?
I think because you explained that one.
The gefilte fish. I'll take the gefilte fish. All right, back to Notre Dame's offense. All right. This is them being aggressive as an offense. This is what it looks like for them, okay? They don't drive the ball down the field a ton. This is what it looks like for them to actually do it. They get zone coverage right here. How do we know? We've got an apex defender, right? Meaning he's in between the number 2 wide receiver and the line of scrimmage. He's apexed with safety help over the top. All right, so we know we're getting some type of zone coverage, most likely from Penn State. And despite the fact that you want to show me that with your leverage and your alignment that you might be playing man coverage, your eyes are inside. We see that, Jonathan? Your eyes are inside. We know you're looking at the football. We know you're probably waiting for the snap to ultimately turn your butt to the sideline and play some type of zone coverage. Let's watch that happen for Jalen Kimber. Probably don't even get it fully happening before the snap of the football. All right, love that. We're getting zone coverage. All right, so as an offense, we know that. As a quarterback, we know that. We have a winner right here running to grass. All right, we actually do. We ran this little stacked release, got our number 1 wide receiver out here, except the problem is our right tackle's getting beat like a drum. All right, now, let's talk about these tackles from Notre Dame. I think they are very, very technically sound, Jonathan. I do think, however, if they are vulnerable to anything, it is a speed rush. All right, I think they turn edges really, really quickly or allow edges to be turned really, really quickly. I don't fancy Jack Sawyer or JT Tuimoloau to be twitchy pass rushers. They are not Abdul Carter, all right? They are not Nolan Smith. They are not Jalen Walker. They are not insert Micah Parsons. They are not these guys, all right? What they are is high effort, high strength rushers, all right? Sawyer's got a little bit of a bag to him. Tuimoloau has a little bit of a bag to him, but they're not speed rushers, all right? They're big ends, big physical ends that are really, really good on first and second down and are very experienced in high effort players on third down, okay? So I don't expect to see, now that being said, we watched Jack Sawyer give a short edge really quickly against Texas. He put together some really good rushes. So I just don't know if it's this guy, but he's a damn good pass rusher in a different sense, okay? But this guy's got, this dude's got scary juice. But a 1st and 10 trying to take a 20-yard shot, that's Notre Dame being aggressive right there. That's what it looks like. All right, so he walks to the line of scrimmage right here. He sees that he's got a bunch of man coverage. He's going to say can. He's going to flip the back. All right, get him to his right, I believe. I think we're going speed option here to the right because he knows he's getting man pressure. All right, man pressure meaning we've got linebackers plugging here. We've got man coverage out here. So if we run him off and him off, right, and we pitch off this guy and he's plugging in the A-gaps, what do we have? We should have grass out here on the speed option. Now, this is where I think, whether or not Jeremiah Love is healthy makes this team a little bit different. I don't know number 20 status. I don't remember him being some blue chip recruit, but I damn sure remember Jeremiah Love being a blue chip recruit. All right, and I damn sure remember every single explosive play that I remember from Notre Dame this year being number 4. And I believe that if number 4 is completely healthy right now, this is a pitch read, is what it is. And if it's a pitch read and we're running your dummy butt off and we're running your dummy butt off, then that safety's going to have to come downhill and make an open field tackle against Jeremiah Love. And in a 100% vacuum and a 100% healthy situation, number 4 might be putting that guy on the ground or jumping over him. All right, so I wonder over the next several weeks, just how healthy can Jeremiah Love get? We've seen him at 80%. He made one of the biggest runs in this football game, very tough in that second half, looked healthy. How healthy can you get him? Because I think it changes how your quarterback plays, okay? I think your quarterback trusts number 4 here a little bit better than everybody else against a check that is really, really good against the look that he got it against. We're in a 3rd and 10 now when we probably should be in a 3rd and 4. You know what I mean, Jonathan? False start forces a 3rd and 12. It's even worse than that. I think the windows in the next game are going to be even tighter for these guys. It's a tight window right here. I think it's going to be even tighter in the next football game for this guy, okay? I mean, that is, we sail this football, all right? And we actually have grass. We actually do have grass. And here's why I put it in here. This is a tight window throw for him, and he sails this football, and it's a turnover-worthy throw. But next week, all right, number 5 right here is probably going to be right here, and number 2 from Ohio State is probably going to be right here. On 3rd and 12, you know what we've got to be willing to do right here? And he knows this, and I know his coach told him this on the sideline. But, buddy, we got to be willing to eat this football. We got to be willing to dust this thing. We got to be willing to play this game 7-3 at half. We can't think that we've got to score 35 points today to keep up. All right, that's not how we do it. We play safe, sound football. We can't do this. We got to be willing to dust the ball in this next matchup that we've got, because if we hand them extra possessions, we're already cooked. We need the extra possessions, all right? A punt is a good thing. A punt is a good thing. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds counterintuitive to how most people play offense, but it's the truth. Mr. Chip Kelly watching this one today. You are 52 minutes into the study. Shouts out to you, Brody. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review it. Mr. Kelly, Your job this coming up week is to decide how many man beaters you think you can get. Now, I know you've got men that can beat men. Hey, yo. I know you got wide receivers that can beat most of the defensive backs that you got out here playing against you. That's why ain't nobody ever dared to play man coverage against you. However, when teams do play a bunch of man and you can't quite get loose, as an offense coordinator, we got to kind of get into our bag a little bit, right? We got to design some man beaters for our quarterbacks specifically. I love this one. We've got a man beater right here, all right? We've got a man beater right here. We've got the back running into the flat. We've got that number one wide receiver driving north, making that linebacker have to crawl over the top of everything. We've got space right now, don't we? We got space right now, don't we? We ain't got a quarterback that's going to complete it, though. We ain't got a quarterback that's going to complete it. He's going to throw it over his head, all right? We've got to be able to complete these footballs. I think Will Howard's completing these footballs next week. All right, all that good stuff. The other thing here, I don't know if you're going to be able to play this aggressively free. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be able to rush. Well, I know they're only rushing 4 and dropping 1, but I don't know if you're going to be able to be out here. Now they're rushing 5. I don't know if you're going to be able to rush that freely, all right, and rush that aggressively against the next football team that you are playing. All right, so coach got him a man beater right there. What's another opportunity for a man beater? We can run some screens as long as we block the guy that's responsible for the person we're throwing the football to. So here's our best football player down there at the bottom, that big jamoke Tyler Warren, that big old joker, number 44. He down here on the bottom. We're going to motion away, confirm man coverage. They're going to travel with everybody over there. We're going to zip him back, reconfirm the man coverage. All right, we're going to block you, run you up underneath here, and make that guy responsible for Tyler Warren, fight all that trash, and get to the top. And oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure we're going to free release a left tackle over here after he feints that. Oh, no, we got 3 guys on the middle. Holy Lord. It's a great play design right here from Penn State. He's Gronk, dude. He's Gronk. And I had people be like, Brock Bowers. Guys, Brock Bowers is 6'3.5", 238 pounds. He's going to be the greatest receiving tight end to ever live. These two dudes are mutants. Y'all do not understand how large 6'6", well, no, you do. You do understand how large 6'6" is. This is how, I am 6'1", okay? I'm 6'1". 6'6" is a different sized human. He makes me look like a teenager every time he does this. It is a different sized human. Brock Bowers has 1.5 inches on me. That guy's got 5.5. It's a difference, all right? These are different sized humans that do different things with the ball in their hand. All right, Brock also runs 4.42 in pads, it feels like. All right, these big mutants are going to be problems with the ball in their hand, but they're not going to take it 80 on you normally. You hope. They are going to run your ass over, though. Good God. By the way, this is going to be a 14-play drive that we're watching right now from Penn State. So they fitting to crawl this sucker. I love these hybrid safety linebackers, whatever you want to call these guys. It's the nickel / extra linebacker that they play. Ironically enough, it's number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 2, their cover guy. Number 3, a little bit of both. Number 4, a little bit bigger than all of them. And they make plays, man. They make plays. The same guy they're going to ask to play man-to-man coverage with Tyler Warren on some snaps is the same guy that they asked to do this type of stuff. Come down, shock the shit out of that tight end, punch him in his mouth, shed the block, get your head back inside, play the run. I mean, look these guys up, Jonathan. Number 2, number 3, and number 4 from Notre Dame's roster. And here's how I think they put us in 3. Here's how I think they measure out. Okay, I think number 2 is the real cover nickel. I'm going to say he's about 6'1", 205. All right, number 3 is their slightly bigger, can also play linebacker nickel. I bet he's 6'2.5". 215, and then number 4 is the one who almost looks like Quay Walker. He's like 6'3", 220.
All right. Number 2 is 5'11", 195.
5'11", 195. It's a little bit more squatted than I thought.
Number 3 is 6'1", 224.
So he's basically a bona fide linebacker.
Yeah. And then number 4 is 6'2", 216. Number 3 and number 4 are listed as linebackers.
All right, but they play basically, for you guys watching this one at home from Georgia, in the Georgia system, this is a star player basically for these guys. He plays the nickel. But they are big safeties basically, I feel like. I don't feel like they don't look like linebackers, do they? That guy doesn't look like a linebacker, but you hear he's 220 pounds and you see him punch in the face of Tyler Warren. You're like, all right, maybe they are. Maybe they are linebackers. And then you see number 4. Watch this from him. Watch this from him. They're finally playing a little zone coverage. Look at him. The apex positioning will let you know, right? Again, apex means we have one offensive line threat or one wide receiver threat out here and the closest offensive line. We are apexed in between the two, okay? That's an indication of zone coverage at the top of the screen. But here we go. We're getting some type of flood, right? We're getting some type of flood into our zone coverage. We got a deep half or a deep quarter, a deep half here. It's probably some type of cover 6 and a flat defender. However, this defender is going to be put into a position. Am I going to run with Tyler Warren or am I going to sit down on the check down into the flat? Well, I've been told all week Tyler Warren's a freak, so I'm probably going to run with Tyler Warren. I love how he gains depth right here. Look at him. He's going to continue to play this up underneath, and he makes this throw kind of sail on Drew Aller because we can't throw it flat. We expect to be throwing a one ball right here and putting it on Tyler Warren's face. Now we kind of got to throw it over the top of this defender who's sunken up underneath. But here's my thing, all right? This is 2nd and 7, Jonathan. This is 2nd and 7. All right, we're trying to take an explosive hit. I understand that, trying to leak Tyler Warren down the field. But the number one player we are supposed to be looking at, and I assume he's looking at, right, is that up underneath defender. If he drives back, we're going to take the check down. If he takes the check down, we're taking Tyler Warren. It's the only guy we're really reading. We're running the corner and the safety off with a deep post. He's the defender. And what do we see right now? We see a guy that is bailing, trying to get over the top of Tyler Warren. Take the damn check down, son. Take the check down. Get us a first down. Because honestly, we put the ball into Singleton's hand right there. We turn him face forward to number 4. We might have an opportunity to make a guy miss. All right? You're going to vomit if you're a quarterback's coach and you like lower body mechanics. If you're a lower body mechanics being clean, feet being clean guy, you're going to vomit watching Drew Aller today. They had multiple play calls in this football game where I was like, oh shit, you are definitely going for it on 4th down. This is a 3rd and 5 right here. They're running stretch. All right. Stretch zone. Good job by these offensive linemen from Penn State getting hats on and getting some movement. They pick up about 4 yards right here. All right. Oh my gosh. I love this from the center. I love this from all of them. They're getting all kinds of gap exchanges from these guys, and they're just passing these off so willy-nilly. Man, they're just picking this stuff up so willy-nilly and just driving everybody past the point. Backs making good cuts. I mean, oh, man. Look at the wall-off technique from this backside tackle, man. Look at that. He looks like he's rebounded, doesn't he, Jonathan? It's so good, man. It's so good. Oh, he wants to play from behind. That's fine. We'll squat on it right now. Don't matter. Love this. That's what creates the cut. Great job by the backside inside linebacker flowing over the top, but if the backside inside linebacker is making the play on wide zone, we've got 5 yards, period. Back in it on 4th and 1, they stretching them again. They getting to the outside on them again. I don't know how much of this stuff Ohio State's got in the playbook. I think I've got it in my notes right here at this point in time. Yeah, it's exactly. We're having the same thought while writing the notes last night as we are right now off script on the notes, just going through the plays. I don't know how many, everybody's got pin and pull, everybody's got truck toss, everybody's got that stuff. But in my opinion, Ohio State is much more of a gap scheme football team. All right, meaning they're going to run a lot of power counter. Okay, they're going to do a lot of this stuff. They ran some wham this year where they're kind of pulling and wrapping and doing all kind of twisting and blocking. All they're doing is trying to get on angles. In other words, I don't see a lot of, and they'll run some split zone, but I don't see a lot of outside zone work from Ohio State. I don't see a lot of let's hop in 21 personnel and run into rounds or run jet sweeps. I don't see a lot of, hey, let's hop into Wildcat like we've seen from today and run some, QB power read. I don't see stuff like that. I see more of a little bit of counter, a little bit of power, a little bit of wide zone, a little bit of wham. I don't see a lot of diverse edge attacking like what Penn State's got going on. And it definitely did cause some problems for Notre Dame. 15, we can't jump inside like this, 15. We can't jump inside. We can't allow number 24 to crack replace for us, all right? Let's go to play 19. Look at the knockback. I want y'all to look at the knockback right here from these offensive linemen right here in the front of this equation. Front of this play rather. All right, look at the knockback these guys got. First of all, I hate the goofy ass splits, but you know what? It's okay, Kettle and Necky. I understand we're working. Also, don't know why we're allowing this to happen. They probably want you to just keep bumping your alignment. Cross his face right now. All right, that would be my tip. Yeah. Do that. He's probably spreading you out for a reason. Cross his face. They want you to. All right. Anyways, look at this at the front of this play. I love how these three guys handled the front side of these combinations, all right? Because they're getting a gap exchange. This guy's trying to spike in. They're trying to wrap Howard Cross over here. Now, the best way to handle this stuff is to either play it really, really soft, make them declare, or just play it so damn physical that you knock them off of their paths anyways while they try to do this, all right? Watch the right tackle and the center and the tight end completely handle those twists and stunts with just physicality, right? Get on your track, get on it violently, and run in and hit whatever you can. Watch 44. He doesn't know exactly who he's going to hit or what he's going to hit. He's just going to get on his track and play it physically. Watch. Boom. Nose tackle shows up. That's okay. I'm ready to play football. I'm going to put my head on him, and we're going to stay on him. All right? It's a great job handling those twists and stunts. You've got to be able to do that if you're Ohio State. Also, one of those games offensively for Penn State where it just seemed like things were going to bounce their way, that should have been a fumble. This just say that's a ball play from number 15. Where's number 15 at? Oh, quarterback. It's a ball play right here. It's a ball play. I think Will Howard's going to have to do some of this stuff too. When they only rush 4, you're going to have time, but they're going to cover. All right, and I do think this is what it ultimately looks like next week for Ohio State, for Notre Dame rather. All right, is only rushing 4, dedicating 7 bodies to stopping the pass. All right, and allowing that quarterback some time because I don't think they get home a ton in their 4-man rush package, okay? I think sometimes or most of the time when they get home, it's because they've been a little bit more exotic in their rush package, adding additional bodies to the box. Great ball right there by Drew Aller. Going to have to buy time, get guys open, and make accurate throws on the run. I love the way Penn State's wide receivers, tight ends, and backs blocked on the edge of these plays, okay? I'm talking number 3. I'm talking the extra backs. I'm talking 10. I'm talking 13. I'm talking 44. I'm talking 16. All these guys that played on the edge did such a good job bringing the smoke out here to start the football game and really playing physical. Look at 3. Look at 13. Okay, getting hats on, driving downfield, and just earning 6 or 7 yards here to start the football game. I thought they did a tremendous job with the variety of run game that they had and just the physicality and the want to. Look at 3, look at 13 out here at the front and the point of the attack, like really grinding, right? Really driving their feet, really playing football, staying engaged, blocking through the echo of the whistle. That's playoff football, baby. That's what we're looking for when we go to look at these studies on tape. I think Coach thought he was going to have a running back on a linebacker in the corner. Again, this to me is the stuff that you can't just look at it on paper and say this team more talented than that team. It's why I think this channel has a tremendous amount of value, and I definitely know it's why it's taken off this year the way that it has, because we see stuff like this. All right. Now, when I watched this on film, or when I watched this during the game, Jonathan, my first thought was, why in the hell are we isolating the running back on the corner? Why are we doing that? Well, I think coach thought he was going to get an isolation of the running back on a linebacker. Look, here's number 4 out here playing on the running back. But for some reason, they decide, let's switch this. Let's let you rush, right? Let's let you rush, and I, number 15, the corner, am going to come out here and play man-to-man coverage right at the last second, right at the snap. And that's who they were attacking. They were trying to attack the linebacker on that little rub right there. They actually get a corner switched on him. And guess who's in lockstep with this running back? The corner. So I'm sitting here on TV going, why in the hell are we designing winners for running backs on corner? We weren't. We designed it and got it for the linebacker. They switched last second, decided we're going to change ad-lib responsibilities at the line of scrimmage. Crazy. Championship level shit, isn't it? Championship level shit. I mean, obviously caught off guard by what's going on right there as a defense playing 11. Look how much chaos is happening right before the snap, right? Look at all that. But it doesn't matter as long as we make the right, or we don't have to make the right decision, is what coaches used to say. As long as we make a decision together, as long as we all know what we're doing, we're good. I guess it does make things a little bit clearer when we know we're running cover 1 no matter what. So if me and you walk out there and you're a linebacker and I'm a corner, and that guy looks like I can cover him better than you do, I'll just take him. It's no different than hoops, right? We're playing man-to-man. It's like, 6'6", get on stretch over there. You know what I mean? Defensive holding for sure right here. Down on the bottom, Christian Gray gets called for it. No need to sit here and take forever on this one. Man, I never loved this. They were 0 for 7. Penn State fans watching this today, tell me what your success rate was on goal line plays where you took your best offensive lineman and made him a pseudo jet motion player. All right, here's 71. I love everything that this coordinator did. I did not love this. All right, because I think 71 is one of your best football players. I think 71 wins his one-on-ones at a higher rate than everybody else. So when we're in the box right here, I'd probably want him on the line of scrimmage handling big boys. I don't want him being window dressing like this right here. So they ran this 3 times in a row against Ohio State. Jonathan got absolutely stonewalled 3 times in a row. Went to play action on 4th down. Caleb Downs won the football game. They give it back over on downs to Will Howard. He shoves it down their throat for 6 minutes. They lost that football game. All right, we get down in the red zone right here. They do this, I believe, 3 times in a row. Get stuffed again, try to throw it on 4th down. We drop a ball. I'm going to show it all to you right here. All right, bring a 71 in motion. Great kickout block. Great kickout block. Great job, 44. Hey, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this if we're not going to follow it? If we're not going to follow it, why are we bringing our best offensive lineman in motion? Why are we taking our best tight end, our best football player, and slamming him over here? Why are we running all of this stuff to isolate these 2 football people if we're not going to follow our guys? If we're not going to follow our guys where we have an extra hat right here, why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? I don't know. I think we got a crease. I've got a crease for a touchdown right there, Jonathan. Follow your dudes, man. Now I see what he's doing. He sees the center winning. He sees the center getting up to the second level. He sees a crease, all right? And he picks up 4 yards. He just gets stonewalled by the linebacker. So I'm okay with it to an extent. But here we go again. Now we're going to get right back into the same shit on 2nd down, and we're going to motion out. 0 for 6. 0 for 6. And here's where I really, really dislike it, man. We just took these 2 guys and just basically nullified them for the play, right? 2 of our best football players. 71's touching nobody. It's fun, though. I ain't going to lie to you. When I'm 71 in practice, during this time period, the whole team's got smiles on their face, especially when we give it to them on jet sweep on Tuesday because we're just having fun because Bowling Green's in town, we lose by or win by 1. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. I get it. It's awesome. But, like, shit, man, we were 0 for 6, 0 for 7 on this type of play when the success is getting it in the box. We did not do this at all this season with this play against good football teams. Also, it doesn't help that, like, we're doing all of this with look, this guy is athletic. He is. He can move. He can run. He can extend. He is not a runner. No one game plans for him to run the football. All right, so they're doing all of this unique run game without a quarterback threat, right? Like the idea that you're going to keep this ball right here, come on, dude. No, you're not. We're not even playing it like you are. Killer drop right here. Killer drop. I just got done telling you I don't like it from the coordinator, all this fancy stuff with the offensive lineman. I love this. I love this. We know they're a cover one football team, especially in the red zone. There might even help. Might even be a cover zero football team. So all we got to do, motion in, run him away, leak that right into the arrow or right into the flat right here. That's going to force this inside linebacker to fight across all of that trash and run with the running back and get into the flat, and he's not going to do it. Okay, we're going to be wide open. We got a touchdown. Ball a little bit at his shin, a little bit at his knee. We got to catch the damn ball. Force field goal, 3-0, Penn State. 3-0, Penn State. Every snap in this football game I have felt has mattered at this point in the game. And we're about halfway through the first half, I think. Let's go to the offense side over the side. Jonathan, we are one possession removed, 14 offensive snaps from Penn State, one possession removed from a Notre Dame turnover from Riley Leonard. I know, we got to recall the audience, all right? So that's where we're at. We're in their third or fourth possession of the first half. But the most important thing to remember, we are fresh off of a turnover on that side of the football, all right? Now, again, this guy's really, really smart now. This guy's really, really smart. But we sit there and we hard clap 4 or 5 times, hard clap 4 or 5 times, hard clap 4 or 5, and this guy's creeping. What we shouldn't do is probably run stretch or any type of counter or anything towards that guy's face. We're trying to run counter towards his face. He's got to add it in the box. We've got to get something out of this. We got to get an RPO. Our guys telling us they're smart wide receivers at Notre Dame. That's what I love about these guys. They will never miss a guy who's probably blitzing. They never will. All right. So I don't know how. In fact, I don't know how in the hell Jaden Thomas knows that this guy's blitzing. All right. Nothing in the pre-snap read tells me that anything about this guy is about to go except for that. He turned around and looked at the safety behind him. Safety said something to him. Now immediately Jaden knows this guy's coming. Jaden Thomas on film is one of the smartest wide receivers I've watched in recent memory. He knows what to do. All right, so as an offense, or as a quarterback rather, I've got this wide receiver telling me his nickel's blitzing. I've got this wide receiver telling me his corner's blitzing. What should we probably do? Should probably check out of a run right now on 1st and 10, right? These are the things that I think, Riley can clean up. But here's the deal. Ohio State ain't never shown this much pre-snap indication of what they're actually about to do this year. They haven't. They've been one of the best defenses in terms of disguising what they're doing than anybody else in college football, especially as of late. It's caused a lot of hesitation from their quarterbacks that they're playing. So I don't even think you're going to get this many signs of what they're actually doing and still effing it up. We cannot run that football. We got to check out of that. Now, I don't know what in the heck Tony Rojas is doing now. He's going to make a couple of good plays here in a second. I don't expect Ohio State on 2nd and 20 right here to ever misfit this bad. I don't. You cannot do that, Bubba. You cannot do that. Also, our defensive line jumping inside. 2 guys, 2 Ds in one hole pre-snap is crazy. And then we're going to do this and jump back inside with our just bad fits. I do not expect Ohio State to ever misfit a run this bad. Even on a passing down, I don't expect them to misfit a run that bad. That's stuff we saw from Penn State year round. Also, 3rd and 2. Okay, 3rd and 2, critical down. They've been struggling. I'm telling you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, quarterback's legs. Quarterback's legs, quarterback's legs, quarterback's legs. 1st and goal inside the 5, quarterback's legs. 4th and 1, ball at the middle of the field, quarterback's legs. 3rd and 2, ball on their own end, quarterback's legs. 2nd and 12, ball on their own end, quarterback's legs. When you think they absolutely have to have positive play and positive yardage, play the quarterback. He's going to get the ball. So I don't know why I'm not going to say they seem shell-shocked by this. You cannot be caught off guard by the fact that you need an extra hat in the box against these guys. Caleb Downs will not be. This safety took forever to get downfield and make and even arrive at the football. This will not happen on Saturday. They play Monday. This will not happen on Monday. I do love this, though. Okay. First time really all game, OC's hopped in 12. Okay. So he brought 2 tight ends onto the field. All right. And now he's going to actually get zone coverage from Penn State right here and force it, right? He's going to force zone coverage by bunching up, getting into 12 personnel, making them play it a little bit heavier right there in bear formation. Not a lot of teams running cover 1 with bear formation. They're going to play zone coverage behind it. So if I run this little hitch up here, if I roll the quarterback to our right on 1st and 10, I'm going to get into a 2nd and 2. I love that. I love that. That's what I was telling you earlier in the football game. I love that this coordinator kind of like manufactures efficient drives for them. He's not going to hunt too much. I wouldn't hunt this much if I didn't have major winners on the outside either. I don't hate the style of play. Now, he stays in it right here on play 17, stays in that 12 personnel. Okay, 2 tight ends here. Knows he's going to get zone coverage again. Tries to run basically stick right here, if my memory serves me correct. All right, we're going to hook up the tight end right here, run kind of a post and an arrow right here. So we're trying to get a version of stick because we know we're getting zone coverage. I want everybody to watch Tony Rojas right here. Watch what he does and clears this and figures out, oh, there's the stick route. I'm going to sit on that. So now we've taken away the zone concepts. We've really passed it off really well. Up here at the top, we've got 2 for that vertical right there as well. So we look down on the bottom, we have an opportunity to check the football down or take off and run. I think Riley does a good job here of taking off and running. I probably would check the football down, but this is what you have with this guy, right? 2nd and 3 and the coordinator. Coordinator's really working, trying to get an easy first down right here and start moving the drive and picking up some momentum offensively. Nothing really works for them here. The defense does a good job covering it up. Now you've got the last infinity stone of their offense covering Riley Leonard's legs in the scramble drill. He picks up a first down. Now I love this. I love this. Let's watch this from the tight. I haven't seen anybody do this one, honestly. Watch what they do with the backside guard and tackle, I believe, right here. All right, so they're getting an under front. All right, they're getting an under front. And watch what they do to attack it. All right, here we go. Downset hut, we get the hard count. All right, so there's a natural bubble right here in the defense, okay? There's a natural bubble right here in the defense, and there's a natural bubble on the defensive line right here on the defense. So here's what we're going to do as an offense. We're going to ask this guard to really get to his upfield shoulder and seal this defensive end back inside, all right? So that's your job. Your job is to seal or play the upfield shoulder. Your job is to kick out. We want a natural crease right here in front side B gap, all right? We're going to back block with the center. We're going to get you on a nice, easy angle. We're going to back block on 91. We're going to pull the backside guard for the front side inside linebacker. We're going to pull the backside tackle for the backside inside linebacker. We're going to read key, all right, that defensive end. It's a version of counter. However, we're going to kick out and lock on Abdul Carter with the front side tackle. So it's not really counter. Normally counter is down, around, right? Now we're actually going to seal out with that front side tackle and pull the backside guard and the backside tackle. I like this a lot, all just to earn 5 or 6 yards right here. But man, you talk about a good way to get a balanced count and a good run surface for your running back right here. This is beautiful. Look at this. Watch the guard pull over, wham. Watch the tackle pull over, wham. And now we're clear, right? Now we're clear out in space. Quarterback out of empty. What are we playing, Jonathan? We're playing QB run. All we got to do is muddy up that middle. That's all we got to do. We got to muck up that middle with denied Dennis Sutton, and we're going to make this guy cut. All they really did was take this defensive end and have him wrap around and play square in a surf technique at the line of scrimmage once they saw quarterback empty. Watch denied Dennis Sutton. As soon as the ball is snapped, he's going to brush upfield and then play it in the middle. All right? And everybody else is just getting havoc. Get upfield and create some shit. All right? Forces the quarterback to bounce. That's never going to be good for Riley Leonard. We want that guy running north and south. North and south. All right, so it's 3rd and long right here. Jonathan, 3rd and 10. First 3rd and long after the turnover. All right, where we really tried to drive it down the field and convert the sticks last time, right? So My coordinator, I love this about him. All right, not my coordinator. This coordinator, he would be my coordinator. I hired a guy. But anyways, I love this about him. 3rd and 10 right here. We just had a quarterback make a bad mistake. Let's get it out of his hands and try to put it in the hand of a wide receiver and give him an opportunity to go make a play here on 3rd and 10. Do they pick it up? No. All right. But that's hindsight 2020 coordinating right there. All right. I love that we're actually protecting the quarterback right here after having him make a really bad decision for the first time in a while. It's been a while since Riley Leonard made that bad of a mistake with the football. The next possession for Penn State, what's the first thing you notice right here, Jonathan? Field position. Field position is shit. They had a really bad field position in the first half and still managed to come out with a 10-0 or 10-3 lead going into halftime. Field position was awful. All right. Oh my God. What the fuck is Howard doing? What are you doing? This type of shit would almost make me sit him. This type of shit will almost make me sit him. Watch how panicked his feet are right here. All they're doing, guys, they're running these guys off. They've got man coverage. They know they do. They're leaking the running back out of the backfield off play action. They're going to run him down on the sideline. And they got him for a potential 90-yard touchdown right now. They got him for a 90-yard touchdown, and Drew Allard just gets the giddy-ups. He's just like, we got it open. Look at this. Watch his feet, man. What are we doing? Why are we floating? How do we throw that panicked? How do we throw this unbalanced? There's nothing around us. We are just so excited that somebody is so goddamn wide open that we piss down our leg right here. Look at this. What are we doing? Why aren't we calm? Why aren't our feet set? Why are we leaning? There's nobody within 4 yards of us. What are we doing? And yeah, we throw the sumbitch up out of bounds because our lower half is just dog doo-doo, man. Oh, God. OC's working. OC's working so hard right now to get us a damn winner. Quarterback, have you seen all year, Jonathan, have you seen a quarterback do that? Where there's just no reason for your base to be that damn panicked. None. Except you're like a labradoodle, man. You're like a golden retriever. Just, and then we just panic. God, I'd be frustrated. Another kind of like watching Penn State versus what you know you're going to get from Ohio State. I think Katron Allen is better in the box. I think he's better in the box than Travion Henderson. However, you let Travion Henderson get this, that's 90, son. You ain't running him down. There are no angles. There ain't going to be it. So if you allow this to happen, let's watch it from the tight. If you allow this to happen, where Travion Henderson is getting up onto second-level defenders without really having been touched, okay, right here, where he gets his foot in the ground and he cuts here, that right there, touchdown. Sorry, period. This corner's not running him down. This safety's not getting him. He's gone. All right, we just watched it the last 2 football games. All right, that arm tackle ain't happening. There's a different level of twitch. Again, I think this guy's the better back in between the box. All right, but if you allow creases like this to happen against Travion Henderson and even Quinshon Judkins, the last 2 or 3 games, these have been deadly. These have been absolute deadly for those 2 football players, so you can't be having that. They just shed blocks really, really well. All right, as you know, as much success as Penn State had running the football here, with regards to running at these guys, this is the first kind of split zone action they're showing. They shed blocks really, really well. All right, particularly these 2 guys. 97 and Howard Cross have done a really good job this year getting off blocks. Especially 97 having to come off the bench really for Riley Mills. Woo. Now, this is what's scary about this guy. All right, this is Tyler Warren running this tight end read, if you will, power read. This guy delivering blocks like he's been playing running back for 25 years is nuts to me. Okay, he realizes, all right, we're getting logs, so now I'm going to bounce this out. But what I don't need to be doing, right, is immediately running here because that probably going to flow over the top. So what I probably still need to do is press, and maybe we might find a crease in here. Watch this from Tyler Warren. Watch. Ooh, look at that crease. How does a 6'6", 260-pounder have that natural running ability? That's my question. And the answer would be he basically did this his whole entire high school career. He was out here balling in the Wildcat. 9 times out of 10, most tight ends are bouncing that football, and they're getting tackled for a 4-yard gain, and then it's just over with. Now, couple of things we've always noted about really, really good physical football teams, but most importantly, disciplined football teams on the defensive side of the football. Trickeration does not work. I don't think trickeration beats these football teams. You're not going to be able to okey-doke your way to an explosive. You're going to have to earn your way to an explosive. Penn State's trying to okey-doke their way to an explosive right here, getting Tyler Warren to throw the football. And look, man, you ain't getting a lack of discipline here. Not at Notre Dame. Not with these dudes, okay? Not when Georgia was winning national titles, not when Alabama was winning national titles, not the way Ohio State's playing defense right now, not the way Notre Dame's playing defense right now. You're going to have to line up and beat them. You're not going to line up and trick them. They're going to be too damn disciplined, all right? So here's where the line up and beat them portion of things happen, right? OC tried to trick them, couldn't get them done. His superstar, Tyler Warren's about to pick up 9 yards on what should be a massive negative for this offense, okay? So, yeah, if you got special players that can do special things, you're going to beat them. Your schemes aren't going to trick them. You're going to have to line up and punch them. Oh, love this from the right tackle, Jonathan. I'm calling this a chase to finish. This ain't a fight to finish. This is a chase to finish. If we're going to finish this football player right now, we're going to have to run our damn feet. That's all we're going to do. We're going to have to run them really, really hard. We're going to have to run faster and harder than we ever have at this point because that guy's way too light and he is going to shuck us. All right? So that's a great job right there by that right tackle, really chasing the finish. All right? I also want to go to the tight here and show you these this guard and this center because, my God, 77, I love this. I love this from 77, all right? So, yeah, we're going to have to chase and finish. We're going to have to get 16 and 72 out here to block these two guys. But really, this play does not happen if 77 does not seal that defensive tackle right here. Watch how he does it, too, okay? We're going to chase. All right, we've gotten to the upfield shoulder now. And guess what we're going to do right here, Jonathan? We're going to flip our hips. We're going to get both of our cleats in the ground right here, boom, and we're going to squat on this sucker and turn that edge back inside. That is an official seal right there from that right guard. I love the center's work right here too. He's going to chase the hip of that defensive tackle and then let that natural track take him to his guy, right? Stay on your track is what we always talked about as offensive linemen. Stay on your pathway. Eventually, whoever you're supposed to block will run into it for you. Look at that center. Look how patient he was for that Mike linebacker. Great job by all those guys, man. Just running it clean was Penn State's offensive line. It's a great job here by number 30, playing it disciplined right here. They want you to rush up the field. That's what they want you to do right here. This defensive end, they want you to shuck that blocker. They want you running up the field so we can hit this arrow right here into the flat. We're not going to allow it to happen. We're going to muddy that thing up. We're going to allow our guy extra time. We're going to stay down on this leaked tight end. We're going to allow our corner to really run and play man coverage. We're going to allow our other corner to run and play man coverage. We're not going to worry about it. And then we're going to shuck and pursue the football, all right? We're going to make this quarterback run this thing, all right? It's a great job stringing it out against play action. Hey, another great way right here of getting to duo as an offensive coordinator. All right, we're going to bring the motion in from the tight end. We got the back on the right. We're going to sell inside the zone this way and peel it right back off these down blocks and these angles from these tight ends. I love this, man. Look at that. Bam. Look at all that space. Look at all those angles. Look at everybody being able to block on angles and then cut off that last down block. What a beautiful way of getting a duo right there from Penn State. If I am a duo football team, Jordan, if I'm a duo football team that loves running on angles and loves running on down blocks and loves cutting off the backside cheek of that last down, Georgia, I'd be paying attention to how these guys got to it because they got to it in a ton of different ways and they had a bunch of success with it as well. Every time they ran duo, I felt like it was a 9, 10, 12-yard gain. Really neat way of getting into it. Man, oh man, oh man. This is a 5-yard gain, but look how well they pass these stunts off up front. Okay? Look how well they pass these stunts off. Right here, this is a prime example. Ah, dang it. It's a prime example right here in the middle of this offensive line. Okay? Look at the right guard and the center all the way back to the left guard. Right guard's going to work this way, center's going to work this way, all with a head up 2 right here. And the head up 2 is going to slant away. Okay, he's going to try to spike and stay in a gap. So the right guard's already gone. He knows my center is going to handle that. Watch how well the center handles that. He gets there, seals it off, stays on the upfield shoulder, continues to run his feet. Okay, just a tremendous job all across the front side of these offensive line combinations, getting their jobs done. That's what it's required to even run successfully against Notre Dame. Whoops. Number 3 is the same backer / safety extended to the nickel occasionally. He says this guy's 217, I think, Jonathan. This number 3. Tell me this dude don't love Notre Dame football. You know what I mean? Tell me that dude don't get in there and stick his nose in when he's asked to do so. He wrong arms an offensive guard right here, okay? Boom. And runs through his thigh board to make this tackle. Damn. Dudes play physical, man. Now, because they're so consistent with their man coverage, Jonathan, you can, that's the wrong note. Truck toss 3rd and 5. Think they're going for it on 4th down? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the note said. Truck toss 3rd and 5. Oh, man. Look at this guy again, man. I love these hybrid backers, man. I love 2. I love 3. I love 4. I love these football players. Look at this, man. Look at him bring the smoke right here. Look at him bring that fight to Tyler Warren right there. Who wants to win today? Who wants to win today, Jonathan? Tell me. I think number 3 does. All right, look at number 30 right here. Look at the defensive end. Look at him recognize pin and pull action. Watch him fight upfield the whole snap. Look at that. Look at him fight upfield. Fight. All right? Look at the corner. Look at 15. Most corners are a little soft. We got the pussification of America out here nowadays. Look at number 15. Watch how violently he comes downhill. Okay, he putting 85 backwards a little bit. That's actually 29, Christian Gray. But, I mean, just really, it's a 3-yard gain for Penn State, but by God, they earned every inch of it, didn't they? Look at 3. Smack. Bringing that smoke. I love seeing a head snap. Watch 44's head. Watch his helmet. Doink. Little head snap. Look, little one of them. All right, but they are so consistent in man coverage. They are very, very predictable. We know what they're going to do. At least we have in years past or in weeks past. We know they're going to play man coverage. You're going to take him. They're going to banjo these 2 wide receivers, meaning if he goes in, you'll take him. And if he goes out, I'll take him. If they both go in, I'm taking the most outside guy. If they both go out, you're taking the most inside guy. That all makes sense right there. So we know what you're going to play, which means we know we can kind of work against your leverage and work against the style of defense that you're playing. We know that guy's got 6 yards of cushion. He's got to run down on 3rd and 2 and make a tackle on Tyler Warren. We know he's not going to do it, right? We know we're going to win. So that predictability can make them a little bit gettable in some of these critical downs, okay? Golly, they ran wide zone so damn well. Ran wide zone so well. Backs cutting off the right angles. Offensive line passing and trading off stunts really, really well. Backside tackles really efforting to get cutoff blocks. I mean, just doing everything really, really well. Okay, look how far and how heavy they sealed this backside edge. All these guys chasing to get their reach. Everybody pursuing, and look at all that big cutback lane. Look, there and there. We got a nice, easy run lane for our running back. Just ran it so well in this football game. By the way, 41 snaps in the first half is insane. Insane. I don't know if we're doing, is this? Yeah, 2nd and, I guess they could get a first down right here. So it's 2nd and 5, ball on the 7. So there's a first down marker at the 2. So I understand the play calling just a little bit more there. As diverse and as well executed of a run scheme as anybody we've seen without a rushing threat at the quarterback. They have nobody at the quarterback position. And I know people are going to say, Drew Aller's an athlete. Drew Aller can scramble. I don't think Drew Aller is a quarterback design run guy. All right. So their ability to really threaten a variety of gaps without a rushing threat at the quarterback position, in my opinion, is really impressive. Okay, it's really impressive that they can do this many different things without a guy that's adding in. In fact, when they want the quarterback to be a threat, what do? They put Tyler Warren back there, start playing a little wildcat. Are we going to have our first 2-hour film study today, Jonathan?
If you go 20 more minutes.
Oh, we might have 20 more minutes. We got one more offensive possession of the half right here for you. By the way, that last possession we just watched from Penn State, Jonathan, that was a 15-play touchdown drive. So it's 10-0 Penn State. And I think at this point, Notre Dame's had 3 offensive possessions. That's not ideal. That's not what we want going on. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at what they got going on. I think Penn State's disguising zones really, really well on this clip, if I remember correctly. That looks a whole hell of a lot like man coverage to me. All right, and then at the snap, it becomes zone coverage. All right, everything about this. I mean, the one who really almost always sells it is the nickel. The nickel's almost always cheating. He's always looking. He's always turning his hips first. These corners, man, they got time, right? They got time to keep their shoulders square, watch this guy move, turn their butt to the sideline, bail out. But this nickel defender, man, he's got to reroute guys in zone coverage. So he's got to be peeking as much as he can. There is no sign that this turns to zone coverage until the ball is snapped. So that's a good job right there. And by the way, this is the closest thing that we've seen today to what Ohio State's about to do to Notre Dame. Not from what they're actually playing, but what they just did. The idea that I'm going to show you one thing until the very end and last moment as the ball is snapped, and then I'm going to change what I do. That's exactly what Ohio State's done all year. And look, we miss an opportunity to hit this corner route right here. We've got a post, we've got the corner, all right, and then some type of something from the tight end. But because pre-snap we think this is man coverage with safety help over the top, we probably aren't throwing this, right? But as the ball is snapped, they rotate into a zone coverage and the corner is running wide ass open. We miss an opportunity to get to an explosive right here for Notre Dame, all right? All because, in my opinion, the coverage pre-snap was indicative or gave him a little bit of problems. We're running this corner right here, and it's to grass. We should be hitting this, but we're already moving down to our check down because we've been made to feel a little bit uncomfortable by what coverage they are running, right? So I do believe this is going to happen in the national championship game against Ohio State. I do believe Riley Leonard's going to come to the line of scrimmage, think they're playing one thing, and then they're going to play another. There's no doubt about that. My question is, are we going to be able to actually hit the explosives? Because it's one thing to get a 6-yard, completion right here. It's a whole nother thing to actually be hitting the ball down the field, okay? Lord knows they've struggled with explosives all year. It's a tight-ass window right here that he throws into. Tight-ass window right there to that tight end, gets it completed. 23, this just says, holy shit, the right guard got murdered. So let's see the right guard get murdered by my man number 28. Oh, yeah, buddy. You just got, who is that, the Undertaker? You just got choke slammed. Yeesh. My boy 28, the former high school running back, and then our quarterback gets hurt right there. So now we have the backup coming in right here. And Jonathan, you about to see a backup absolutely dial some shit up. I have this is some impressive stuff right here, okay? This ain't, oh man, look at him, coach got him somewhat. No. This is a dude playing the quarterback position, fresh up off the bench, ain't done shit in what, 20, 30, 45 minutes since pregame. All right, so he comes into the football game, immediately gets thrown into the fire. Immediately. I think this looks totally different. This play right here looks totally different with Jeremiah Love in full health, all right, at the running back position. Downset Hutt, all right, they're going to swing the ball to the running back right here on a screen. We've got Jaden Thomas out here. We've got an additional hat and a free one who should be ambulance chasing right now 74. I don't know what you're doing. You should be looking backwards. You should be ambulance chasing. Once we see 1, 2, we should be looking back here, letting him go play free on the safety. Nonetheless, I do think this play right here, the idea that we've got 2 blockers right here and a free hat and one guy to have to, quote unquote, run down Jeremiah Love, a healthy number 4. It's a different football play right here for Notre Dame. I think we can all agree. And look, it's still a good play, but the difference between number 20 and number 4 is the difference between 3rd and 5 and perhaps 3rd and 1, or better yet, an even bigger explosive. I don't think it's fair to say that Jeremiah Love counts for an additional 4 yards over number 20. Okay? Now, again, we finna see a quarterback dealing right here. Dealing. It's a big yak winner right here from the offensive coordinator. Everybody's running this one. They're playing a bunch of man coverage. All right, so we're going to do this one. Texas was the most recent one to run this for a massive explosive against Georgia. Matthew Golden hit this one for about 70 or about 60 yards to start the football game, and Notre Dame getting to it again right here. It's a great man beater. Getting a stacked release right now, making this defensive back fight over the top over here, and we're going to snap him back inside. Great ball by the quarterback, putting it on his chest right there. Wow, getting hit a little bit right there, huh? Mm-hmm. Wow, getting a little hit a little bit right there, huh? Fresh off the bench, my man out here dealing. Look at this. So you can't go out there and hand it to him any better. Hell yeah. I don't even know man's name. All right, left tackle about to get absolutely abused right here. Absolutely abused, son. Denied Dennis Sutton again, man. Like I think they anchor pretty well. I don't think you're going to run through a Notre Dame offensive tackle. I think you can run around him. I definitely do. And now he does a good job here at giving a long arm stick, giving that fake long arm stick, making the hands come out. And now we're going to overhand swipe that right arm and then get the underhook in there. So we did a lot as a pass rusher. By the way, this is the way Jack Sawyer is going to get to an edge. This is the way JT Tuamaloau is going to get to an edge. This guy over here is Micah Parsons' physical frame and body style, under 6'3", under 250 pounds, going to run sub 4.5 in the 40. That's what this guy is. This guy over here and number 15 for them is 6'5", 250 pounds. They look far more like Aiden Hutchinson and JT Tuamaloau. So if you're trying to look for a comparison of, hey, this is what Penn State did to get home against what Ohio State's going to do to get home, look more over here. They don't have one of these. Not a lot of people do, okay? Georgia does to an extent, but Jalen Walker's not twitchy like this. Jalen Walker's raw horsepower in a fire hydrant. That's what it looks like. All right? So, yeah, that's a Jack Sawyer, JT Tuamaloau at rush right there. And you can tell it can still get home on these guys. Like I said, they will shorten an edge on you. Woo. Back up in, zone drops, check down, wins. I love this. I love this. So we got a little bit of pressure the last snap. All right, now we see a bunch of zone coverage. We see bail, 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 bail. What should we do? We should probably check the ball down right now. Get the ball out, read the keys, okay, go through the progression, but be ready once we get across the progression to check the ball down. I love this. Watch him. You can really see him clicking through them. Down Sahut, 3-step drop, 1, 2, 3, ball out. Let's get the ball out right now. Playing ahead of schedule as an offense with the backup quarterback right here in 2 minutes. I like what 18's doing right here, Bud. I like what he's doing. Now, OC going to force some zone coverage? What did I write down here? 28. OC forces man coverage again on 3rd and 3 and gets another rub for his tight end arrow. Oh, I know how he forced it. He got into bunch. All right, when we get into bunch against these guys, we've known we've been able to get this rub all game. Gets it again. Great ball. Gets it out there. Completes it. Nice and easy. Oh, what I do love about this, actually, a little nuanced quarterback play right here for you, Jonathan. Where is this ball thrown? Did you notice? Hold on. It almost looks like he misses him inside. Okay? Watch this. See that? Mm-hmm. Now, why would you do that?
Make sure the ball gets across the first down marker.
Make sure the ball gets across the first down marker. 100%. But most importantly, okay, when we've got the winner, right, we've got a bunch of space, meaning we've forced the man beater to make this guy who's responsible for him to run over the top. So when we get this football, we're going to have some space between me and the tackler. The best way to give my guy a chance to make him miss is to actually turn him about face to the defender. So we want to miss this on his inside hip. We want to miss this inside and have him do exactly that right there. We want to turn him around to have him frontward facing the actual DB instead of putting it out in front of his face. And if we put it out in front of his face, what's he more likely to do? He's more likely to just run right out of bounds, isn't he? Now we turn him around. We give him an opportunity to face up with that DB and give a little shimmy, okay? So, yes, nuanced ball placement right there. I like that. I like that. All right. I think it's actually really, really good pocket awareness right here, fresh off the bench, man. Dude ain't played hardly at all this year, and we got right tackles getting whipped, and we're going to run away from it and throw it away. I like this. I really do. And he does it with two hands right here too, Jonathan. Look at him. Gets to the top of his drop, realizes, all right, let's get out. Let's bail. Let's run to where our concepts are as well, and then let's immediately get the ball up and out of bounds. I like that from a quarterback who hadn't played a ton of football. All right, and then we get this. This is elite quarterback movement too. This is elite pocket movement, dude. Watch this from the tight. We're going to check this football down to the back, and it's going to look really, really minuscule, but I want y'all to see what he does to get this football off. We got zero plugging right here. We are going to slide just a little bit up here inside the pocket, keep two hands on the football. All right, boom, right there, and then hit our check down immediately. Like, yeah, it's a 2-yard gain, but what it is not a sack when it should have been a sack, all right? And to do this fresh up off the sidelines, impressive in my opinion. All right. Play 31. I think this is great too. He sees this. All right. I love that they have the autonomy to do this. What's he getting? He's very obviously getting pressure. He's getting cover zero. So what's he going to do? He's going to walk down to the line of scrimmage, have the wherewithal to check into some type of zero beater. We're going to get into some type of screen, some type of tunnel, some type of now, right? I want you to boom, hook up. I want you to whip return. I want you to do something. We're going to get a check called, and doing so, getting the check call, actually gets Penn State into an encroachment penalty right here. They jump, right, boom, right there, all right? So we get an encroachment penalty on Penn State. But what I love most is the process, right? The quarterback knows to walk down, check up out of the zone or out of the beater, right? Get something in here to win now. Same thing here. Travels the tight end, realizes, oh shit, we've got man indicators and we've got double mug looks, meaning both of these guys are walked up into the line of scrimmage. Probably getting pressure right now, Jonathan, right? So what are we going to do as a quarterback? We're going to play hot, and we're going to get the ball out to our running back immediately right here to start or to keep this possession going. I love the ball placement on this. I love the calmness at the position. Watch it from the tight. You can really see this guy's ready to play, man. This guy's ready to play. He didn't come in here panicked, nothing. This is as smooth as can be, knowing he's got a free hitter coming off the back. Keep his eyes downfield. All right, peek that running back, flip it out to him, put it in front of his face. Let's let him run with it after the catch. This guy played good football. This guy played really, really good football. The very next snap, high snap, absolutely cooks him. Absolutely cooks him. It's not his fault. When I see stuff like this, when I see a backup come in and have full autonomy, all right, and have, full comfort in the system and play the quarterback position the right way, it confirms everything I know about Notre Dame. They're as well coached as a football team could humanly possibly be, and they execute at a high rate. What's our timestamp on that?
1:51:43.
Damn, we were short 2 hours? That's crazy. What a bum this guy is. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow for the second half.